my name's James Ogden-Brown. This is the second clip on biosecurity. I'm here in Indonesia at ISRI, and Rob Magari, our plant pathologist, is actually going to introduce the team and talk about the role of the team in identifying exotic pest and diseases here in Indonesia.
Hello, my name is Rob Magari. I'm a plant pathologist from BSES in Tully, and I'm project leader for an ACR funded project we've had in Indonesia for the last 4 or 5 years. I'd just like to introduce you to the project team. On your far right is Peter Sampson, an entomologist from BSES in Mackay. And just next to me is Nader Salam, who's from BSES Moringa and also an entomologist. On my right is Ari Christini, who's a plant pathologist with the Indonesian Sugar Research Institute. And next to her is Eddie Picardian, who's an entomologist from ISRI. And finally we have Regis Gobel, who's from CIRAD in France, and he's been lending us his expertise in biological control of stem borers. We've been working on a project that aims to prepare our industry for an incursion of major pests and diseases from the Indonesian region. And these pests principally are stem borers, which are major pests around the world. The project's been focusing on examining biological control mechanisms, which is the main mechanisms used in Indonesia, helping to refine those methods and so that we can become familiar with them should an incursion occur. We've also been working with sugarcane streak mosaic, which is a disease we don't have in Australia and is a major threat to our industry. And again, we've been looking at management strategies and how we could control the disease or manage it should an incursion occur.
My name is Nader Salam. I work for the Sugar Experiment Stations in Australia, BSES. I'm an entomologist, and I'm here in Indonesia with Itik from the Indonesian Sugar Research Institute in Pasuruan, Indonesia. And we are looking at one very important, very damaging pest species, and that's the top borer. The top borer, the moth would lay the eggs on the leaves. The eggs will hatch into small larvae, and they will start making their way into the plant. And the larva will tunnel down and ultimately causes dead heart. And that's dead heart. Only one larva will end up in the growing point, and this shoot is now dead. However, this is an early stage of the damage. Itik now will show us a more advanced stage of the damage.
And this is the larvae. This causes side sweeping.
Losses up to 100% of the crop is not uncommon in Asia due to this pest. However, generally speaking, it is between 20 and 40% damage to the crop. And we don't have this pest in Australia. And that's why we're doing this work in Indonesia, and we're gaining knowledge through our Indonesian colleagues. And we're learning from them, and we're also helping them get on top of the problem.
I'm Regis Gobel, an entomologist from CIRAD, so I've been working many years overseas. And about this project, I've been working 2 years on crop loss, and I would say that the stock, so we compare stock borer to top borer in terms of impact, and the impact of top borer is much more than the stock borer. So in case of incursion of this stem borer in Australia, I would say that the top borer will probably impact the cane, the ton of cane, the yield, like 50% of crop loss, which is a lot compared to stem borer. It's 3 times more. So I think we really have to fear this stem borer if it comes into Australia. Particularly, I think it's a biosecurity priority to me.
As a plant pathologist, my role in the current ACR project has been to help supervise disease work into sugarcane streak mosaic. Sugarcane streak mosaic is caused by a virus. We have a form of mosaic in Queensland, but this is a different virus, and it produces mottling and streaking in the leaves of the cane. In Indonesia, it infects a great number of fields, and we are going to start a new project shortly looking at methods of transmission, varietal resistance, yield loss, and other management strategies, so that if it was ever introduced into Australia, we'd be really well prepared if it came in. Losses are up in the order of about 20%. The thing about this virus is that it's spread very easily, so it's very common in fields and it's hard to limit the infection. So rather than kill the cane, the problem with it is the fact that it infests so much of the cane and it's widely distributed. So overall losses are still very high because of its high incidence in the crop.